From northeast China, a gang called the Black Dragons suddenly descends on South Korea. There are only 3 of them, led by a man named Jang, cold, merciless, and brutally efficient. Their method is simple: stab first, ask questions later. The local gangs, once rulers of the streets, can do nothing. Within days, this sadistic trio tears through them all. Their ambition becomes clear. They want to dominate Korea's entire underworld. On the other side, Viper gang boss Sung begins to feel threatened. Unwilling to see his empire destroyed, he gathers his men one night to set a trap for Jang. But what he faces is no ordinary man. Jang, calm-faced yet demonic inside, breaks Sung's gang in minutes. Even Sung himself falls. Victorious, Jang and his 2 lieutenants head to a karaoke bar to celebrate, drinking, partying, hiring hostesses. But the fun turns into a nightmare. When the club manager steps in to stop the chaos, Jang smacks him down without hesitation. Chinatown, already a lawless slum, spirals further into madness. The only force keeping criminals in check has been Sockdo, a massive cop known as a gangster specialist. In Chinatown, the law is strength, and Sockdo is the law. But Jang changes everything. After chopping off the karaoke manager's hand, he leaves no fingerprints. Illegal immigrants don't. Sockdo begins his hunt. Meanwhile, Jang seizes Sung's empire. Business owners are forced to pay steep protection money. Sung's lone survivor is reduced to Jang's errand boy, his life hanging by Jang's mood. The terror escalates. At one arcade, Jang delivers a sack filled with severed limbs. Pure intimidation. Later, a suitcase packed with dismembered remains is found in a garbage truck. Inside is Sung's butchered corpse, ground into mincemeat. Chinatown is horrified. If even Sung fell this way, who can stop Jang? The rampage continues. At a local game hall, Jang chews gum while his men smash furniture, sending customers fleeing. The desperate manager calls his boss, Yi-soo, who quickly arrives with an army of men. But Jang's lieutenants crush them with ease. Yi-soo realizes, push further, and he'll die too. He retreats. Jang's dominance grows. His men collect protection fees, 1 million won per month, no excuses. Refuse and face the knife. Even hesitation brings violence. While his men get his payment, Jang has darker desires. He approaches the wife. Shocked, she resists, but resistance only fuels his cruelty. She knows to fight back is to die on the spot. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Tiger Gang boss Hwang grows restless. He had always been Sung's rival, but now, with Sung ground into mincemeat, Hwang knows his turn is coming. He kidnaps one of Jang's men to extract information. At first, the man insists he knows nothing, but after nearly being drowned in a water tank, he finally breaks and talks. At the same time, Sockdo uncovers key intel. Jang is an illegal immigrant from Harbin, a member of the Black Dragon Gang, once working as a loan shark. Now he's expanding into South Korea, aiming to dominate local gangs. Legally, there's enough evidence to put him behind bars for years, but the trio is slippery. They always escape. One night, the police cross paths with them at a restaurant. Sockdo tails them, but Jang strikes first. With chilling calm, he throws boiling oil onto the face of a young officer named Hong, leaving him horribly burned. Only his girlfriend's devotion gets him through recovery. The incident fuels Sockdo's fury. Before the dust settles, Yi-soo, the arcade boss, finds himself targeted again. Jang's gang attacks his casino. Furious, Yi-soo plots revenge and intercepts Jang's men. A fight brews until Sockdo himself arrives and breaks it up. Jang's henchman foolishly challenges Sockdo one-on-one. A mistake. The Iron Fist drops him instantly and hauls him to jail. But at the police station, the henchman stays defiant. He refuses to talk, even trying to bite his own tongue off to avoid interrogation. Sockdo, enraged, beats him, but the man remains unbroken. That's when Sockdo realizes why this trio has turned Chinatown into hell. They're not just ruthless, they're unshakable. Jang strikes back. To him, the arrest of his man is Yi-soo's fault. On Yi-soo's mother's 70th birthday, Jang storms the family party with axes in hand. The celebration turns into a massacre. Yi-soo fights desperately, but Jang drives a blade straight into his heart. He collapses in front of his own family. The murder outrages police headquarters. They order Sockdo to capture Jang immediately. And also a new facts emerge. Back in China, Jang commanded a gang of 300 before fleeing to South Korea after a massive crackdown. His goal is clear: build a new empire. His next target, a massive real estate project in Chinatown. With Yi-soo dead at his mother's birthday party, Chinatown descends into deeper chaos. Everyone now sees it. Jang isn't just a gangster, he's a monster. Police pressure on Sockdo intensifies, bring Jang down no matter what. Meanwhile, the Chinatown construction project hits resistance from Hwang's Tiger Gang. A wealthy investor discreetly offers Jang 10 billion won to eliminate Hwang. One of Jang's own men, previously threatened by Hwang, sees an opportunity. Secretly, he tips Hwang off about the meeting. Hwang wastes no time and sets an ambush. But Jang is no fool. Sensing the trap, he smashes through a third-floor window and leaps out like an action movie stunt. Chaos erupts. One of his men is stabbed in the gut. Left bleeding out, the traitor panics, fleeing in a car with Jang inside. On the drive, the traitor makes a desperate move, lunging from the driver's seat, knife in hand, trying to stab Jang. Fatal mistake. Jang and his right-hand man are too fast, too ruthless. Within seconds, the blade is turned back on him. The traitor is executed on the spot. Jang drags his gravely wounded henchman to the traitor's house. He forces the man's wife to summon a doctor to save him. Once the doctor leaves, Jang fixes his menacing gaze on her. Terrified, she finally breaks, admitting it was all Boss Hwang's trap. Now Jang knows this is open war. He gathers his cash, facing only two options: defeat Hwang and become king of Chinatown, or lose and flee abroad. But the pressure increase. Chinese police step in, planning to extradite Jang's men first, then hunt him down. Amid the tension, Sockdo devises a clever ploy. He aims to turn Jang's men against him. During a transfer with the Chinese police, they accidentally dropped a bag of white powder. The captive instantly lights up, boasting he has connections to sell it fast. The two Chinese officers, either gullible or pretending to be, release him. Thinking he's hit the jackpot, the man bolts, unaware he's running straight into Sockdo's plan. Sure enough, he rushes to Jang's hidden base, a garbage dump no one would suspect. That's Jang's style, calculated and cautious. Still, Jang smells something off. Freedom from custody feels too easy. But when he's offered a white powder business deal, his greed wins. He orders a meeting at a KTV lounge. Once Sockdo gets the intel, he mobilizes a massive raid. That night, police stormed the KTV, only to find decoys. Jang never shows. It's all a diversion. While the police are busy, Jang and his core men launch a brutal assault on Hwang's nightclub. Chaos erupts. Hwang's soldiers are slaughtered mercilessly. Hwang himself panics, fleeing into the night. His car crashes, his leg shatters, but fear drives him crawling toward the only safe place left: the police station in front of him. But Jang knows his time is nearly up. He prepares fake passports, packs a suitcase with extorted millions, and heads for Incheon Airport. Fate intervenes. Officer Hong, the young cop once burned by boiling oil, intercepts him. Jang nearly kills Hong with his car, but Sockdo saves him at the last second. Police flood the city, but Jang slips away, hiding in a restaurant where he even beats a grandfather and his grandson to cover his escape. Clutching his suitcase of blood money, he changes clothes, heading for the airport, desperate to flee overseas. But outside, waiting for him, stands his nightmare, Sockdo. The fight explodes. Jang is fast, cunning, and vicious, but Sockdo, he's a human bulldozer. Every one of Jang's attacks is crushed beneath Sockdo's monstrous fists, each blow cracking bone. Jang's wrist snaps. Sockdo drags him through broken glass, slamming him against a water pipe, cuffing him there like trash. For the first time, the merciless Jang is utterly humiliated, thrashing, cursing like a wild beast. Sockdo silences him with one final punch. The war ends. 30 gangsters are arrested, including Jang. Sockdo's name explodes across South Korea, immortalized as the symbol of the nation's iron fist against crime. The message is clear: no matter how dark the underworld grows, there will always be a stronger force to crush it.